Hi guys, it is Spooky Noodles. I am here with the book mail. I have received 2 books and I am hyped because these 2 books seem amazing to me. One of them was hard to find, but I have to thank Robert on my Facebook for hooking me up big time, because this book I found like 2 copies on the internet and both of them were over $60. So this was a book that I thought, oh, I'd never be able to get to read this, It's just never going to be read. It's just one of those books, There's always that book out there that is impossible to find. And but my friend Robert on Facebook, he hooked me up. I only paid like a little bit for this book. I didn't pay $60 for this book, but he definitely hooked me up with this book, and I won't discuss how much because I'm flabbergasted how much it is in the first place. But yeah, I got this book and I'm very happy to own it. So we'll start off with that book, and that is Jacked by Shane McKenzie. This book is, let's see here, 84 pages long. So it's a quickie, it's a novella, and I'll read the back for you guys. Crow, a massive muscle-bound beast of a man, has been banned from the all-day fitness because he was caught selling steroids in the locker room. But he won't stop coming back. There are rumors that he spent time in prison and that he is borderline insane. Sid and Gabe are working the graveyard shift and were told to call the police if Crow showed. But the phones are dead. Even their cell phones won't work. Then they notice the slime in the street running through it like a green bubbling river. They go outside to investigate, see firsthand what the slime does to the people it touches, what it turns them into. Trapped inside the gym with Crow and with countless slimy, bloated zombies pressed up against the glass and the river steadily rising, they begin to wonder if they would be safer outside than in. So that is Jacked by Shane McKenzie. This is a really good twist on that whole zombie apocalypse theme. I hear Shane McKenzie's writing reminds people of Wrath James White a little bit. He might be gorier, we'll see. But I'm very excited to read this book. I'm so happy I got my hands on it. I mean, look at that cover. That cover is sweet. Sorry for the glare, of course, but that dude is steroided up. But I'm so excited to give this book a read. It was on my TBR, or my unrealistic TBR of books that I'd probably never get to read. And someone hooked me up big time with it, so very happy. Thank you, Robert, for this book. I really appreciate it a lot. Ever since I've read Wrath James White, I've been looking for authors like him, and I hear Shane McKenzie does not disappoint. So, and this is like, out of all the novels I read by Shane McKenzie, not read, but all the synopsises I read, descriptions of books I've read, this one sounded the most entertaining, but it was also the hardest to find, so very happy to own it now. I'm probably going to read it sometime when I get around to Cut Corners, Volume 2. Shane McKenzie has a story in this. I'm covering his name, but there you go. Shane McKenzie has a story in this collection. And as you can see, they're like similar sizes. Not the same press, I don't think. This one was Severed Press, and this one's Sinister Grin Press, so I think I have my class I was in. I think they have a anthology coming out in Sinister Grin Press. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Yeah, that's Jacked by Shane McKenzie. Like I said, I hear great things about Shane McKenzie. I hear he's a good splatterpunk author. Reminds people of Wrath James White. Maybe, we'll see. That's what I kind of gotten out of it, and that's why I'm so excited to read it. And yeah, so that is the first book I got in the mail. What is the second book, you might ask? Well, this one is Where the Gods Sleep by Mike Duke. Cool name. Really cool name, to be honest. I'm jealous because my name's Nicholas Gray. But this is a Lovecraftian novel. Is it a novel? This one is by Sinister Grin Press. Let me read the back for you guys. Korobathith, urgent warning. Father Garcia, Catholic Order, the Blessed Hunters of Darkness. That was a little difficult to say. We have made a grave error in vigilance. Brothers. The dark comet has drawn near. The cultists have selected a vessel. He dreams of the hidden place where the gods sleep, banished there by our Lord. After centuries of inactivity, Korobathith and his... Sounds like I have a lisp when I say it. And his followers are attempting once more to open with the gate. He must move with haste if we hope to stop them. You know the consequences of failure. Korobathith and the other gods will walk this earth again, and I fear this time they will not remain in the shadows. None of us, man, woman, or child, will find refuge from the barbaric reign unless we submit and serve them. God help us all if we're too late. So that's a quick little synopsis. It's not really a synopsis, but it gives you a general idea. This book I hear is... I'll read the introduction for you guys, and you can get a gist of what this book is about. Here it is. This work consists of numerous documents gathered together to establish a record of events as they transpired, using both sources available to the general public and those sources which only the Order was able to acquire. It is my hope that I have provided a clear account of what actually transpired and shed light on the nature of Korobathith, his plans, and the place where he and the other gods sleep. The whole world needs to know the truth, not just a privileged few. Yours in Christ and in our shared hope of future survival, Father Garcia, Catholic Order, the Blessed Hunters of Darkness. So you get a gist. It's just a bunch of documents inside this. Ooh. I just accidentally opened it up to this. That is so neat. Looks like Cthulhu. Anyways, chapter 1 is Journal of Kenneth Mars, Professor of Astronomy. And then it goes on to say other things like it will say like November 2nd, 2020, 9 p.m. Then it has this picture here. This is a really cool book. Oh, look at that image. So I'm really looking forward to reading this. It's gonna get me, probably get me through my Lovecraftian craze right now. Like, I'm really into Lovecraftian stuff right now, and coming of age novels, there's not really much. Although my friend did just recommend me. I have to look up now. What was it my friend recommended me? She said it was like a Lovecraftian coming of age story, which it's by Tim Curran. It's called Symbiosis. So let me look that up. Actually, I think it's an audio book. There he is. Yeah. So that might help me get back, like, cruise through this, Lovecraftian phase I'm in, and maybe transfer to over to coming of age again. But big Lovecraftian fan, if you don't know. I'm not a big fan of Lovecraft himself. I do like Lovecraft stories. Some of them. Some of them I think are just not redeeming at all, but there's other ones that are really, really good. Like the Dunswich Horror is my favorite Lovecraftian story there is. There's that At the Mountains of Madness, which is really good. Then I like other authors that have Lovecraftian work, like Robert Bloch and Robert Bloch and Clark Ashton Smith. I really did Clark Ashton Smith's writing more than H.P. Lovecraft, but I'm just in a Lovecraftian phase, and it would be nice to find newer authors that have that Lovecraft theme going on. So I can't wait to read this book. I hear wonderful things about this book. And I just switched over to a page I have no understanding of what it is about. So I can't wait to dive into this book. I might move this up at the top of my TBR. I'm not sure. I'm just in a Lovecraftian craze right now. So I really want to escape reality and enter a story where the ineffable happens. So, you know, I would love to read about elder gods who are about to take over the world. So I just feel like I'm in that state of mind at the moment. So definitely want to read Where the Gods Sleep by Mike Duke. And those are the two books I got in the mail today. Jacked by Shane McKenzie and Where the Gods Sleep by Mike Duke. Both books are generally going to be read soon. I really hope soon, because these books sound very interesting, and I hate for them to get lost on my bookshelf. There was another Lovecraftian story I think I have that I'm interested in reading. Let me check real quick. No. What is this? No. 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 Huh. Beats me. Anyways, I have this big TBR right now of books I want to read. A lot of them are shorter reads, like they're around 90 to 80 pages, like Jacked, for instance, by Shane McKenzie. It's hard because my TBR keeps getting switched. I tell you one thing, and then the next day I'm telling you another thing. You know, I have my coming of age TBR, but I'm putting that aside to read some books that are not connected with coming of age at all. I just kind of want to read either splatterpunk or, right now for sure, Lovecraftian, because I'm craving it right now. I thought I was gonna get a Lovecraftian story from this book, but it's sort of Lovecraftian in a sense, but it's not like what I wanted. But it's a good story regardless. Down on the Farm by John Sture. But I have some Lovecraftian work that, like, I have, hold on. Clark Ashton Smith. I have Lost Worlds, and this contains like stories of, let's see what stories it contains. Whoops, everything's fallen. This one contains pretty good stories. Um, this one contains Hyperborea, Atlantis, Averon, Zathik, Zikaf, and then others. Like these stories, like there's that story, and then these are the stories that have him in it. That's a god or something. That's a place actually, and then it has the stories that are about it. And then it says like others, like the demon flower, the plutonium drug, the planet of the dead, the Gorgon, and yeah. But you get a sense what I'm trying to say. Clark Ashton Smith is definitely a Lovecraftian author. I also got Out of Space and Time. This one has Out of Space and Time, which has the chapters in it. Then Judgments of Dooms and Dunes. Then Hyperborean Grotesques, and Interplanetaries. Planetaries. I don't know why think I said that wrong. Then Genus Loki. Genus Loki has just a few tales in it. Genus Loki, The Willow Landscape, The Ninth Skeleton, Phantoms of the Fire, The Internal World, Volthum, A Stage Change, The Primal City, Disinterment of Venus, The Colossus of Lorraine, The Satire, or something like that, The Garden of Andamfa, The Charnel God, The Black Abbot of Pthum, The Weaver in the Vaults. And then I have The Abominations of Yondo, which to me is my favorite Clark Ashton Smith story. The Abominations of Yondo has, of course, if I can get to the contents page, The Nameless Offspring, Witchcraft of Ulua, The Devotee of Evil, The Epiphany of Death, The Vintage of It from Atlantis, The Abominations of Yondo, which is my favorite story by him. I've only read a few stories by Clark Ashton Smith, and most of them were audio from YouTube. But The White Sibyl, The Ice Demon, The Voyage of King Uveron, The Master of the Crabs, The Enchantress of Sileri, The Dweller in the Gulf. Great story, by the way. The Dweller in the Gulf. I changed my mind. I think that might be my favorite Clark Ashton Smith story. The Dark Age, the third episode of Vatek, Chinazori, The Mirror in the Hall of Ebony, The Passing of Aphrodite. So, I might give this specific Clark Ashton Smith book a read, but I just wanted to bring that up because I do have Lovecraftian work. I have the gosh darn Necronomicon by H.P. Lovecraft. Like, it's not actually the Necronomicon, obviously, but because that doesn't really exist. At least to my knowledge, it doesn't. But I have the Necronomicon, which is just a bunch of tales by H.P. Lovecraft. It's not the full the collection. Everyone rants about how, oh, it's a pretty book, but it's not the full collection. Like, no, it's not. But it has almost all of his stories, except for like really racist ones in it. So, but yep, that's Clark Ashton Smith, my favorite Lovecraftian author. Let me put his books back on my shelf, if I can. And there's no way I'm unburying my Necronomicon. My Necronomicon is somewhere in this mess. Oh, I see it. It's way back there. You guys aren't gonna see that. But just know it exists. I also have a bunch of and I have no idea where they went. But I have a bunch of H.P. Lovecraft Del Rey books, which I think are right here, actually. One of them isn't Del Rey, but I have The Tomb and Other Tales. I have At the Mountains of Madness and Other Tales. The Dream Quest of Unknown Kadath. And I believe it says Other Tales as well. The Lurking Fear, which isn't in the best condition. And it says And Other Stories. And then I have this one. It's The Shadow over Innsmouth and Other Horror Stories of Horror, which isn't part of the Del Rey, but I thought it was a pretty cool cover, so I got it anyways. Well, I didn't get it. My mom got it for me. This one has The Color Out of Space, Imprisoned with the Pharaohs, The Walls of Eryx, The Transition of Juan Romero, and The Outsider, which are some of his better stories. That's a good one. I think The Tomb has some good ones in it too. The Tomb, The Festival, The Horror at Red Hook, which I hear is bad, but I don't know. The Strange High House in the Mist, and The Evil Clergyman. At the Mountains of Madness has At the Mountains of Madness. The Shunned House, and Other Tales of Terror. The Dream Quest of Unknown Kadath. The Silver Key, Through the Gates of the Silver Key. I'm only missing 2 in this little series. I'm missing The Case of Charles Dexter Ward and The Doom That Come to Saranoth. And then I'm missing no, those are the only ones I'm missing. But The Lurking Fear has The Shadow over Innsmouth, which is my favorite, or no, this is my second favorite H.P. Lovecraft story. My first being obviously the Dunswich Horror, which I don't have in any of these collections, but I have it in my Lovecraftian Necronomicon, or my Necronomicon by H.P. Lovecraft. So yeah. Guys. But I kind of went on a little bit of a tangent there. This is only supposed to be a book mail, which is these 2 books that I got, Jacked by Shane McKenzie and Where the Gods Sleep by Mike Duke. Went on a tangent after talking about Mike Duke because I want to read more Lovecraftian work. So, got this. And I have 2 other pieces of work coming in the mail. Let's see here. I will load up Amazon right now and tell you what, or not tell you, but I want to tell you, but let's see here. I think I got charged for something, but I don't remember what it was. But basically what I'm trying to say is that I have 2 more books coming, so you'll get another book mail in the next week. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good day. I know I am. Sorry for the little tangent about Lovecraftian work. I know I'm missing something other than the Necronomicon, but I can't think of it at the moment. I have a bunch of sci-fi books in the background here. If you could see that right there. A lot of sci-fi. I almost need a new bookshelf for all my sci-fi work, but I need a new bookshelf regardless. But where am I gonna put it? Is my question. But I would like a desk that has a bunch of shelves, you know. But yeah, that's besides the point. I hope you guys have a good day. I hope you have a spooky night, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of